Professor Kiss here. Let's look at some real options in capital budgeting. The sample problem may offer some guidance for the homework problems that you're doing for this week. When we first looked at capital budgeting a few weeks ago, we assumed that our forecast of our project's expected future cash flows already incorporated the effects of future decisions that would be made. But in truth, most projects contain real options. Real options exist when managers can influence the size and riskiness of a project's cash flows by taking different actions during the project's life. Real options analysis incorporates typical NPV budgeting analysis with an analysis for opportunities resulting from managers' decisions. Almost all capital budgeting scenarios contain implicit options. Because options are valuable, they make the capital budgeting project worth more than it may appear. Failure to account for these options might cause firms to reject good projects. A real option is the right, but not the obligation, to take a particular business decision. Some examples are the option to expand, the option to abandon, or the option to delay. For example, perhaps after a year of working a project, you may find that you will have enough information to decide whether or not to expand. Or you may decide at some point just because you have spent some money, no one says you must keep spending money. You can always abandon if you see the continuing would be a negative NPV project. First, let's look at the option to delay. Near the University of Maryland is a housing development off Greenbelt Road. In 2008, they built a road for this development, but they never built the houses because in September 2008 was the beginning of the financial crisis and the Great Recession, so construction halted. Finally, in 2015, they built the houses. They had the option to delay building houses to a time when they would be more likely to sell them. We normally assume that a project must be taken today or foregone completely, but almost all projects have the embedded option to wait. A good project may be worth more if we wait. A seemingly bad project, such as building houses in Greenbelt, Maryland in 2008, may actually have a positive net present value if we wait due to changing economic conditions. We should examine the net present value of taking an investment now or in future years and plan to invest at the time the project produces the highest NPV. Here is a capital budgeting problem with an option to delay. You can pause and read the problem on the slide. Project X has an upfront cost of $100,000 and the project is expected to produce after-cash tax flows of $33,500 at the end of each of the next 4 years. The WACC is 10%. Using the NPV function in Excel, we find the present value of the project's future cash flows is $106,190. Subtract the initial cost of $100,000 to find the NPV is $61.90. But if we wait 1 year, we will learn more about the project. There is a 50% chance the economy will be strong or weak. So if we wait 1 year, we will know if the economy is strong or weak. If it is strong, the expected end-of-year cash flows are $43.5. But if the economy is weak, the expected end-of-year cash flows are only $23.5. That $33.5 we expected today is actually 50% of $43.5 and $23.5. At a WACC of 10%, the NPV for this project is 37,889 if the cash flows are 43.5 per year, the upper level of our decision tree, or negative 25,508 if the cash flows are 23.5, the lower level of the decision tree. If that's the situation, the firm will not proceed with the project. If we proceed today, the NPV is 61.9. If we wait 1 year, the expected value at time one would either be 50% at 37,889 in the good economy and 50% at zero, giving us an NPV of 18,944 at time one. Discount that at 10% whack to be 17,224 in today's dollars. Therefore, it makes sense to wait. Other issues that we should consider with investment timing is what is an appropriate discount rate? How certain are we of those future cash flows? Increased volatility may make an option more valuable, but delaying means that the cash flows will come later rather than sooner even if the company needs them now. While waiting will allow the company to take advantage of changing conditions, it may make sense to proceed today if there are being advantages to being first in the market. How many of you bought an iPad before the Microsoft Surface came out? So let's look at using real options and the value that they provide. Thank you.